Good morning, everyone. Or afternoon. It's afternoon. Good afternoon. Why did I say morning? It's not morning. Hi, whoever came in. Welcome. Hi. I'm back home. I had my grandson's birthday party in Florida, and I'm home. And things are looking brighter and brighter in my future. It's just getting the future here not being so. Hi, Edith. How are you today? Welcome. So I can turn it where that light won't be so bright on y'all. I'm back from my trip seeing my grandson. And I thought, well, we'll just go live a little bit, sit here and talk. Yeah, that's my thinking. Anybody want to come up on panel? You're welcome to. Let's turn it down when my head's not cut off so badly. Well, turkey look. I just messed my hair up. Let's just do it. Oh well, I can't do it. Oh well. Oh, I messed it up. That's all right. Oh well. Thank you. Yeah. It was hard leaving my grandson, but it's hard being at their house. And then my son in law got sick this weekend. And, well, he got sick last summer, got COVID. And he had a seizure because of COVID, or it could have been from the COVID shot that he taken that year. We don't know, but he had a seizure while I was down there the day I was leaving yesterday. And he's okay. Today he's at home. They have him working out of his house today, just doing the computer stuff. But my son-in-law and I got along better this time than we had in the past. But I'm not really happy sometimes when I go down there. I love my daughter, and we did good things together this week. Past few days. I got to think of the future and me and what I want. Thank you. Yeah, I got to think of what I need and want, where I want to do it at. Oh man, it's been one heck of a journey this year. When you get married, Do you think about your husband dying or your wife? Yeah. I mean, we had 43 years together, so that was wonderful. But it's my time. The airplane ride was wonderful, but one problem stopped my right ear up and made me have sinus problems. And I'm 99% sure it's all from the airplane ride. It could have been from difference in Florida and here. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I gave my lawyer my sister-in-law's address and phone, stuff, so she can sign the papers. But he's on vacation. Oh, you're home now. I'm still waiting on the lawyer. I sent him the paper, my sister-in-law's name and not phone number. She had that, the address. And the lawyer's on vacation, but his assistant said she would try to get it out to her today. If not, it would probably be when Joe got back. But I don't know. Oh, it was gorgeous. We didn't actually go to the ocean. We went to what you call the river, the little beach, what my grandson and I call it. But they do. It does have waves, but nothing like the to where a lot of the uh, kayakers and paddle boaters get out and paddle through the canals. I guess you call it canals, but I know. Thank y'all for loving and hugs. I don't know if y'all anybody knows, but I made 4,000 watch hours. I'm just waiting on YouTube to get it under their get it to me. Saying, "Hey, you made it. Now what?" But and I'm still debating. Do I If I fix up the house, it may be different than what I really originally wanted because I don't know if I want to stay here. I know, Vanessa. I'm glad you can make it when you can. So that's great. I know. Time heals all. Now it's just like I need to meditate or figure out. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. I'm glad that I'm glad y'all helping me. I know I'm crying, but some of it is happy tears. Some of it like what's next tears. And sometimes I'm impatient. And I know things don't happen overnight, but I'll get there. I know. Hey, chocolate. I gave my brother, he didn't remember my YouTube name, which he probably really don't care anyway. But I gave it to him last night, and he said he found me. I said, well, what'd you think of it? He said, I only looked at one video. So, but he told me in the car last night, he said, I bet you all the money in my checking account that you're not going to make any money. I said, I'll take your dollar because I've already made money. He says, what? I said, well, I made $1. I was joking around with him, but then I forgot about the $40 from Temu. I seen it in the video, so I don't know if they'll get it. The old house sold in an RV park, crazy traveling, trying to our lives, but we are in it for the long haul. And we, yeah. Speaking of the long haul, yeah, I told my friend that's on here and that I became real good friends with that I want to live somewhere between her town and my daughter's town. Uh, Hi, living. But anyway, when one of our YouTuber friends talks about making Toontown, I thought, oh, that's ridiculous. And then on the other hand, when I saw that church come up for sale, it down near Otter Creek, I said, wouldn't that make a wonderful retreat? That would make yeah. I don't know, it was 5 acres in that church. I could see turning the sanctuary into a like little hotel rooms or dorm rooms, girl side, boy side. Some would just for family, something like that. I don't know, but I'm also looking for a town that has opportunity for YouTubing, groceries. I like the sort of grocery stores. I like Aldi's. I like Lidl's or Littles, whatever you want, how you want it's pronounced Lidl's. But down near there, Otter Creek, there's none of those. You got Walmart or Walmart. But somewhere between Hayhire, Georgia, and Edgewater, Florida. Because, see, I don't like driving at night. And it's about 2.5 hours to my grandsons from Hayhire, Georgia, or 3 hours. Somewhere that's got some potential. And I know Jeremy thinks that Otter Creek is going to be big one day, and I bet it will. That area's going to start moving up again. It's just I need to semi fix up the house. Oh, my husband, we had a made in Franklin, Georgia. I think that was a town up near the mountains where my nephew has a friend who has a jewelry shop. And we had them made. It's my birthstone. My husband bought them for me for my anniversary about 2 or 3 years ago. So, yeah, I bet you can. He's trying hard to get it sorted out, that town. And the surrounding towns. It's just that I like the area, but it's a little more country. the, I would like to have a little more, not, I won't say shopping, but, things to do kind of town for YouTube. Well, there is a lot there for YouTube, but it'd be the river, the manatees and all. Yeah. Are y'all in Chiefland or Otter Creek, or are y'all in one of the other little towns? But if I did something, no, we don't. But if I did something to have a place for a few people to come and have a YouTube weekend and do all their videos, the cooking part would be easy for me. I went to baking school, but I didn't finish because I got married to my husband, and the town we lived in did not have a baking school, or culinary, so I didn't go back. But I can cook for 400. Yeah, I'm just one of those that likes to shop closer to home. Well, if I go anywhere, I want to be back before it gets dark. I don't drive at night. My neighbor keeps telling me, "You can do it. You can do it." Well, that's something that's got to be worked on down the road. Yeah. Anybody want to come up on panel? I'll paste the link. If you just have to be quiet, that's fine. But they do. Yeah. Right now, I'm just yeah. My neighbor said you can do it, but I only started driving when I was 31 years old. My dad didn't have the money to get me a car or to help me get a car, or didn't really feel like teaching a woman to drive. My mother didn't drive, so it wasn't anything to him. So My husband always called me a city girl. But his family taught me to fish. I still won't touch the fish with my hands. I'll get a towel and touch them. But and I don't eat fish, so I throw them all back. But I'm gonna make it. I'm not after the big bucks, but if I start getting it, I'll get it. Oh, you going to the town hall meeting tonight? Hey, stats, record it for your channel. You'll have two perspectives. That'll get you up. That'll get your channel going too. It to me is kind of a not a funny situation, but an odd situation in Otter Creek. Yeah, like he said, was it yesterday? Someone he'll pay $25 on late fee. I agree with Jeremy. There should never be a late fee when you don't get your bill till after it's time to pay it. They're gonna get with a modern day, and they'll have it your bill 30 days before you're supposed to pay it. Here's your bill. Oh, that's also a late fee. Town should pay the late fee. But anyway, I got more visions and things I need to. I don't know if y'all believe in meditation or or not, but I think I'm gonna do some meditating. I don't know the yeah, life isn't fair, but I've tried to see my husband in some dreams, and I've seen body parts, no face yet, but I can see them as good as he's standing here without a head, front, back, legs, arms, top, bottom. I've seen that kind of thing. I've seen him tell me one time, "I'm in heaven now. I can do it again." He was pointing to his body part. So that's kind of silly dreams, and I know he's okay. One room for company, two Aldi's nearby, three location, four funds, and future costs. Yes. Now, I would like to have a Lidl's, but there's no Lidl's in Florida yet. I seen it. Yeah, his booty. I seen his butt because I when we were married. The funny thing about seeing was I told him I liked he always liked my laugh. He said I had the best laugh and smile. But I told him the two things I liked about him was his boobs and his butt. And over the years, since he became a diabetic, he couldn't get it up anymore. So enough said on that one. But that's what I was talking about earlier. He can do that now, he said. So he's teasing me. Yeah. But it's kind of weird dreams to have like that. And my friend who's a psychic and a healer, a Reiki, he said your husband had the strength already to show you his face, but he doesn't know why he's not. I don't know if it has to do with this something God won't let him show it yet, or I don't know, it has to do with the Indian side of the families, the regular side, the English side. Thank you for adopting me. Yeah. Yeah. Or he could have been telling me I've got your back, but I also know he's telling me to be careful what I do with his house. He says it's his house. Well, growing up with him, his daddy always said this was his, it wasn't ours. And I got to where, I don't know, several years after we were married, I guess when I moved in here, I would say this is our house. But when I hear him say it's mine, I know it's really my husband coming through. And he said, be careful of who I let happen and do things to. But, oh, can you show me your face, Vanessa? I don't see anything but dark. Oh, okay. Is this Vanessa J? Where are you from? I'm going to add you if you're not. I'm sorry. I just have to be cautious. Okay.
And we are in load shedding, so it's very, very dark. I'm going to have
Yeah.
to probably go off any second because my battery is failing. But I wanted to say hello and I wanted to tell you I think about you a lot. And really, or I did say to you, try writing pros and cons down. It sometimes helps to clarify thoughts about whether you sell or you go somewhere else or whatever. And just know there are lots of people thinking of you, but that doesn't always help in the moment. I know it's very
Right.
hard. It's very,
It
very
is very
hard.
hard. Yes. It's very hard to be patient.
It's just very hard all round. I mean, some days you're okay, and then suddenly there's a comedy on and you burst into tears, or there's a piece of music on, or you smell a smell, or something like that, and it just sets you off. It's difficult, and it doesn't just, people say pull yourself together and move on and all that, and that's just a load of nonsense. You have to grieve, and you have to allow yourself time to grieve, and you have to be kind to yourself.
Yes.
So I'm sorry it's so dark. I'm sorry that I can't join you guys mostly, but here we have 4.5 hours of no power, then about 2 hours of power, and then 4.5 hours of no power, and it's pretty hellish. So, anyway, at least I got to say hi, and hopefully we'll chat soon.
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
I know it's
Okay.
hard,
It
but
is.
yes,
It's very
but
hard.
where I'm living now, my neighbor doesn't like my YouTube. My brother doesn't like me doing YouTube. And I said, I can't live for them. Even though I need
Well,
to be with my mom, I'm not being with her right now. And she can't even drive an hour and a half to come to my house to stay a few days. She gets sick in the
yeah,
car.
yeah. Well, you know, if they don't like your YouTube, how do they know they don't like it if they don't watch it?
Right. My brother
So,
don't think I'm gonna be making anything of it.
well, it's if they don't like it, they don't have to watch it. It's it's just too silly. If you don't like it, don't watch it. And if you're saying
Right.
you don't, if you must be watching it if you're saying you don't like it. So just shake it off like water on a duck's back. It's
Yep.
your life, not theirs.
Yep. But I need to find a place or people that have like minds.
Sure. But don't rush. Just don't rush.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
that's when, you know, you can what is the saying that they say? Do something at in haste and repent at leisure. You don't want that to happen. So take your time
Yeah.
and maybe just start a journal, write down pros and cons of everything that you're thinking about, and then tot them up and have a look. Anyway, I'll
Yeah.
say good night now because my phone is going to die. It's lovely to talk to you, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Not in
Well,
the
thank
dark.
you. It's nice finally seeing your face.
Oh, you're not seeing much of it in the
Well,
dark.
I saw enough.
Okay. Good night.
Right. Good night. Yeah. But my brother's got health problems. He really don't know what's wrong. He gets tired easily. And then he gets these fainting kind of spells where he don't faint or pass out. He gets dizzy. And they've did all kind of tests. And I know he's overweight. Some of it's because he's overweight. But helping my mom right now, I can't even help myself some days. So I just put it in God's hands, the great believer's hands. Yeah. I wish I remember what my husband used to say. Uh, but he was growing up. His Cherokee, or I don't know if it's Cherokee grandma or his Creek grandmother, but one of them told him something in their native language and said, "Go tell your other grandmother." He did. She popped him on the butt and said, "If you say it again," he said, "What did I just tell you?" He said, "You don't want to know." And when he died, I could hear his grandmother telling me something called Tuwak. I don't know what she was saying and what if it was Cherokee Creek or just something I heard in my head. Don't know what it meant, but I said, "I think your grandmothers are here." when he wanted to tell me he loved me, and I didn't put two and two together till after he was on his deathbed. He always did the Vulcan sign, and I thought, oh, that's what he's really telling me. Yeah, I'm gonna fix. Yeah, he did the Vulcan sign. Now I always did this when he was. I always said I love you that way, but he did the Vulcan greeting sign, which meant several things. Love you. But he did that on his in the hospital one day when I was leaving, and I said, yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, oh well, but it's been a wonderful ride. Now, uh, and I know it's going to get better. If any of y'all out there that may need some help with grieving, check out griefshare.org. Moves, TV, Jeremy can affect us alone. The Grief Share program is changing their videos this year. I don't know when they're coming out with them. What? Going up from here? Me? Yeah. His grandmother, Creek grandmother in Hurd County, Georgia, Ephesus, Georgia. She was taken in the war between the Creek and the U.S. You know. Anyway, when the war was over, his grandfather said, "I'll take you back now." She said, "Why? I like it here. I'm living in a house." She loved it. But anyway, she knew the Indian medicine. She knew how to take a plant and make home remedies. She grew poppies. Excuse me. Not not regular poppies, the illegal poppies. And when she died, and they were breaking up housekeeping, the sheriff came and said, "You got to get rid of the plants." And they said, "Well, that's my grandmother's medicine." And they said, "Do you know how to make it?" And they said, "No, not really." Yeah, I've got new friends, and my new friends are going to get me a long way. Yeah, not exactly I don't know what I was gonna say. I lost my train of thought, but I know it's not an overnight thing, but it's a new beginning that's gonna have to go slow. But I've got to learn to take it slow. Yeah. I remember when we were dating and I was actually in our church. We went did you guys ever been to Cherokee? Right outside of Cherokee is a place called Wayforay Lodge. And we go there as a youth group and stay in her lodge. Slept 100, I believe, might have been 150. I can't remember. But and she had cabins all around the property. And the lady's name was Miss Bell. And every year we went there, she said, now when y'all young folks get older and you find you a husband, get engaged, I'll give y'all one free night in one of my cottages. So I took her up on the offer. And when we got there, it was so late. We ended up in her room behind the check-in. And she noticed we could go to her cottage if we wanted to, but we didn't want to have to move because we were only there for 3 nights. And she said, well, you're welcome to stay here. Yeah, but we were that on our honeymoon. There was a free Crystal Gale concert that night on one of the nights we were there. Well, we got too busy in our room and we were late. By the time we got there, it was full. I said, oh, well, what meant to be? Wasn't meant to be, but we still had a good honeymoon. I know you are. Yeah, Crystal Gale. I think she's still alive. And I remember one time she was talking about how her breast hurt so bad. Well, come to find out, her hair was down to her hiney, almost to the floor. And I think she cut her hair, if I'm not mistaken. And she didn't have much problem anymore. It was weighing her down and making her back and all hurt from the long hair. So now I don't know. I got some new friends, but do you call them just friends, or is the word best friends true friends? Because sorry, I'm losing my voice, but my best friend, I don't consider her best friend anymore. She's can barely walk anymore, uses a walker. She's helped raising her grandson, and her son lives with her and the grandson. And we had a falling out in 2015 at a yard show I went to. But we've talked since then in the last couple of months. But I still don't get the connection like we used to have. Then my other friend, I've noticed that she was in diapers. Her mother, who has passed away with her sister and her baby, all passed away back in 1990 in a car wreck. Well, anyway, long story short, I'm her her children are my godchildren, but she doesn't talk to me anymore. Because she didn't like the way my house looked. And I used to babysit her kids. But she got to where she said my rabbit cage was making her daughter have asthma. Or she never had any problems while I was babysitting her. So we had a falling out. Her daughter got pregnant at 16, had a baby, got married not to the baby's father, but to someone else. They have children. And she's pregnant again due to have another baby, but she didn't come to my husband's funeral. She came to our wedding, but she said she was uh, too busy. I don't know what she had to do. Work, I don't know. She did come to visit me, but I've called her twice and haven't heard from her. I said, sometimes friends are only here for a reason or a season. Yeah. So I love my new friends. Hey, Jenner. Yeah, I could I could get that. Yeah. Try not to cry, but there's tears are still happening occasionally. Now, when I moved into this house in 1992, I was not asked if I wanted to live here. My husband come home. He said, Mom gave us a house. We're moving. She's moving to an apartment. And I said, why didn't you include me in this conversation? I didn't get along with his mother. Yeah, I can understand that. My friend Dot, who we had a falling out with in 2015, she's a very good crocheter. And I've been crocheting since I was in the 8th grade, but I could not really read a pattern. She taught me. She lived down the street from us, Tom Benner, and her son and my daughter became good friends. And they went out on a date together, but they were not meant for each other because he was really into guys and he's got a partner. They've been together for a good long while. But my daughter and him are still good friends. Yeah. So, but anyway, she taught me how to crochet better, how to read a pattern. And, I've got a spinning wheel. I left to spin, but living in Florida, my grandson doesn't need anything made out of wool or mohair or alpaca or buffalo because it's too hot. But, I'm still going to pray about it. I went to my neighbor, I go to my neighbor's church. I don't remember the name of it, but it's Episcopal, I think, or Presbyterian, I forget. But anyway, they do laying on the hands, and I'd never had that done before. And they prayed with me about uh, my what do you call it, my hernia. And I'm still waiting on that. Still waiting on my teeth to get. Alabama School of Dentistry has put me off until the end of June. Yeah, God sends people to help you for a few months, a few years, or a day. My brother's talking about someone sending me help. My neighbor's friend, who's mine now, is my mechanic. He helped me find a car. My brother's very mad that I let him help me find a car, and not my brother. Well, he helped me one because he's a mechanic. I've already started downsizing and selling stuff. I will keep all the yarn and my fiber and my spinning wheel. I've got about 200 to 300 salt pepper shakers. They're so small, I was going to get rid of them, but I think I'm going to keep them. And wherever I move to, I will get a glass display case, I think, or something to put them in. But my neighbor, anyway, my brother's car was having a problem. He don't know what it is. He's had it checked out. They can't find anything. And I said, well, why don't you talk to my mechanic friend? And he said, no, me and your brother should have been the one helping you find a car. Well, his car last night when we were coming home, going across it, you know how you sometimes hit a bump and you go kaboom? Well, there's nothing there in the road and it made that kaboom, kaboom sound. And it does it when he puts on his brake and he don't know what's wrong with it. So I said, well, I'm sorry, you don't think my mechanic's good. But just because I didn't get your help, when you don't know much of anything about cars, you know, there are a hot item. But I don't want to have to box them up, package them up, kind of thing. I'm not into the. There are a lot of auctions I watch on YouTube, but packaging and boxing is not my thing. I'd rather have a yard sale or maybe someone's going to come into my life that's going to help me. Like Jeremy's got help to do the eBay and packaging. Oh, great. Either that or in my kitchen, put a display over the very top with glass. But I'm not collecting anymore. I said I can't collect any more of anything, not even yarn. Less, and I want to make my nephew a blanket. His got burned up in his house in 2017. and I've not made him another blanket. But some of the yarn I've got is so old that I'm kind of tempted to really go through it again. And I don't know if anybody wants to make anything out of old regular red heart cardon. The I call it scratchy yarn, but it's what was out there in the 80s, 90s. Now there's much more better quality. Yeah, I've got to rethink. Well, I've started a pile of maybe stuff. Maybe I'll get rid of it. Maybe I'll sell it. Go through it later. After I went through and got rid of a bunch already too soon. But I've got probably 4 or 5 totes of yarn, and I need to go through it. Am I really going to use it? Is it worth making anything? Now I'm making hats out of acrylic yarn. They're not really warm hats, but that people will wear them. I made some and donated it to our church. But if I keep this yarn that I'm thinking about getting rid of, and I found a group that might could use them, I would donate them. But if I go the south route, unless someone's got someone up north that wants hats, even in the wintertime in Florida, you might need a hat for a month or so, my daughter says. Jeremy says a week. My daughter, they wore their jackets for about 3 to 4 weeks, and that's all they needed. But thank you. Thank you, Chester. I'm not pronouncing it right. But yeah. But when I start looking, my husband wore long johns in Georgia because he worked on the airport at the airport. And the airport's like 3 or 4 football fields long or more. And he had to wear thermal underwear in the wintertime for a long time. Then, the climate started changing. But being that your husband was from, I don't know if he's from Canada, but his tribe is, or close to the border, yeah, you got to have long johns and long everything. Yeah, I can make hats and scarves out of all this yarn. They're simple. I can even make sweaters and ponchos and other things, but it's not going to be in a climate where you need a sweater all the time. Uh, I'd rather take and make a sweater out of better yarn, nicer stuff. I'd love to go to a yarn show again because you got some fantastic deals. When I went, they would have just a selective bin of things that were their discount bins. It might have been stuff from another yarn show that didn't sell, or it might have been a color that they didn't really want, didn't come out right, but people will always buy it. And I did buy, discount, and I bought stuff that wasn't cheap either. Yeah, I made a blanket over here that I tried to sell, nobody would buy it. And I could do I can make a little what you call little lap blankets. I got plenty of that, but it's not the best yarn, but it would work for all that. It's just that if you want something to really wear, you want a little bit warmer or nicer, not necessarily warmer, but more comfortable material fiber. So, but if I get a place like that, like step back a minute. In the mountains, there's a place we passed, and it's in front of this lady's house, and she had candles and tea light warmers and things. She sold out in front of her house. Yeah, I put some stuff up on Facebook Marketplace, and I know people try to get you to go from 25 to $5 or easier. But I've got a Cleveland Indian hat. Got some brand new ones. They got a little mildew on them because found them dumpster diving. Brand new, sealed in the packages, but they were moisture. You know, couldn't even sell it for $25. It's going for it's on eBay for 25. So I said, I know what I'll do. I'll take all this stuff, sell all the hats and everything together. My husband has got some stuff. If my nephew don't want it, I'll bring it with me. His dad loved woodworking in his younger days. Now, the story I'm hearing, I need to ask his sister if this is a true story. The cabinets in my kitchen were supposedly made by his dad. But a small shop, can't you see that church being down there being turned into a small shop or a small retreat? I could see that church area being turned into a what you do in Willis's RV could be parked there. I wouldn't charge him rent, but I don't know if the church is for sale. If that's where I want to go, I'm just putting it out to the universe that those are the things that would be wonderful. Where is it at? Is it in the town that helper of Jeremy's lives in? Excuse me. If God leads me that way, as long as I had a place to live, own the property, I'd let others come and do things there. I don't know what you call it, but a friend of mine from my spinning group Uh, she went to live on a farm. It's called communal place. I don't know what you call it, but she got a place to live. But she worked on the farm for room and board. And there were lots of people that lived there. I don't know what you call it, but I do love what you do in Willis. This idea of making a place where if it's not a town, it's a place where you can go and spend a weekend. However many people the place would hold. I don't know how big that church is. I saw it online, but I don't know where. But we probably couldn't call it Toontown because of Looney Tunes. We'd have to come up with another name. But I like the idea. I like the idea of being as close to new friends or as God wants me to be. Yeah. If I'm supposed to buy a new house, used house, or whatever. Especially if you live in Otter Creek, you can't drink the water. It's brown. Very brown. You can drink it in the town next to them, but I don't like the taste of Florida water anyway, so I would have a filter system. Well, Jeremy's got a filter system, and he still don't drink the water. It don't taste right. It's very bad. But for drinking, I would probably have to get the big gallon jugs. 'Cause I drink a lot of water. But even Jeremy's well water, he said it's not the best. So not the best at all. But I don't know. I just got to do some more praying, or people call it praying, meditating. Uh, I don't know what another good word is. Yeah, I get my water at Lidl's, and there's no Lidl's or anywhere near Florida yet. And I don't think there's some in Georgia, but I know prices are higher in Florida than they are in Georgia. But if I lived in an area and had a friend that wanted to do dumpster diving with me, I would, go dumpster diving. I live in the west, West Georgia. But anyway, all the stuff yeah, I don't have a BJ's card. But looking for someone that would like, okay, we'll go dumpster diving with you. I put in a blessing box wherever I lived, or I'd have there's one town I saw or YouTuber in their town that had a blessing store, and it was donation only. But any water and stuff I found would go back into helping me and others. Or someone that like, okay, excuse me, there's no Aldi's near us, no Littles, no BJ's, but 3 hours away, we get in their someone's car, van, or whatever, and we'd go spend the day at BJ's, Sam's, Big Lots, Littles, Aldi's, Ollie's, all those bargain stores that some of the towns don't have. We do it every 2 or 3 months. Split the gas. Some people say, is it really worth it going that far? Maybe, maybe not. Depends on if you get 2 or 3, I'll go together, and you bring back enough to last you a while. Yeah, it's worth it. My daughter had a Save-A-Lots, and they were the cheapest of the grocery stores, but they also had a 1-star rating, and they finally closed. They had cheap meats, but the meat was bad. I don't know where they were getting it from, but we bought it one time. I wouldn't buy it again. We have a BJ's in Atlanta. Yeah, I love Ollie's. They got cheap coffee. I don't drink coffee, but they got hot chocolate's pretty cheap, coffee. And you're getting an Aldi's in Valdosta. And I buy Aldi's potato chips. I buy they're like they got their brand is Lay's and Pringles. I buy the Pringles and I buy the Lay's. So, and if I moved, I might would want a roommate. But who has the cheapest bottled water in y'all's town? Oh, something new that's coming to a lot of towns is called uh look it up, BIN stores. People like Jeremy doesn't buy pallets. This is people that go in and they buy pallets or leftovers from stores anyway. And ours on Friday is $10. The next day it goes down to I think $8. It goes down to the Wednesday. It's like $1. Well, and then they close on Thursdays and they restock on Fridays. Yeah, y'all have a Dollar General. Y'all have a Y'all have a Dollar Tree or everything's a dollar store? Where's the nearest Publix? I only saw Walmart down there. My daughter shops Publix only because it's the better of all the grocery stores in her town. Besides Aldi's. Aldi's the cheapest and it's pretty good. Then you go to Publix, they're higher. But their product is good as Aldi's. So if you could get water there, it wouldn't be too bad. Oh, okay. I didn't see the cheap from Publix. I saw their Walmart, but Publix is always higher to me. My daughter, in one of the towns she lived in, they had an Eagles, but they had the fantastic Eagle Deli. Their deli was fantastic, better than our regular Eagle store deli. Yeah, my daughter loves their subs too at Publix. So you got the pros and cons of what's good and what's bad. I've seen it. I know when we were growing up, we were not allowed to open a box of cereal or a pack of cookies and eat them in the store. Now you see a lot of parents put their kid in a buggy, go to the shelf, pick up a bag of candy or cookies or cereal to shut them up. And I know, don't know, they probably pay for it, but we were not allowed to do that. No, but I still have a lot to weigh out. But y'all have a super Walmart, which was pretty neat in Chiefland. Yeah. Well, I'm going to do one of those ancestor tests. I just thought about that. I want to find out if I have Indian in my blood because my granny, other than my hair color, she had jet black hair the day she died. Now that could mean that doesn't really mean she's Indian, but she was in from an area where there were a lot of Indians. When she moved from Gainesville, Georgia, she lived up in that area as a kid to where she lived when she died. My dad don't know how they moved. And my papa, who was a deadbeat, he'd have a job for 2 or 3 days and get another one 2 or 3 days later, a new job because he was always drinking and drunk on the job. But that's another story. But I've always wondered if my grandmother was had Indian in her. Yeah, I used to demo in the grocery store, and I caught some shoplifters, and I told the manager they caught them before they got out the store. Then I caught one, and I went to the bathroom, and they had already gone, but they ditched the purse and took the stuff out of it. Hey, Art, glad you're here. We're just talking about a little of this and a little of that. Started out talking about me being patient and where I should live and move and do, grocery stores, what kind you have in your town and all. Yeah, I know how the feeling is. I'm not a diabetic, but last year I felt like I was gonna pass out one day, and I told the lady I needed a drink. And and one of them got mad. Said the line's back there, and there was about 10 people way deep. So I just put it down, and I said, James, I got to go back. I got to get something to drink, or I'm gonna pass out. So I went back up front, and the lady I knew was there, and she said, "Pay for it, take it, pay for it when you get back with your groceries." Yeah, but you got to be nice and ask them. I need this drink. I'm gonna pass out, or I'm diabetic. I need a Coke. Yeah. Now I don't know if any of y'all heard of this. It's on Facebook. It's Aldi's Out of Shame. And when you go into an Aldi's and you go claw claw, that means you know about the Aldi's Out of Shame. And you tell people about Aldi's and their clothes and their furniture and shelves and stuff. Yeah. So it's more than just talking about the food they have. It's kind of a cute Facebook page. Yeah, we had a grocery store. I don't know if anybody had any of these in their town called Cub Foods, and they had a big old sign in a big old basket, and in that sign it says one free fruit, and you had to get it out of that basket for a child. And I when I was babysitting my goddaughter, we'd go in, and she wasn't a candy person. She didn't like sweets. She'd ask what fruit could she take home. Would go in there, she'd say, "Can I get my orange or my banana or my apple?" Me and her husband would go over there and we'd get her one. It wasn't bad fruit they were getting rid of. It was probably just their older fruit. That was a good way to help out a kid instead of a cookie. Some stores you can go say, "Can I have a free cookie for my little girl and my little boy?" They'll give her a free little small cookie. But anyway, but I made my watch hours. Now I'm just waiting. Hi, big time bud. Where do I know you from? If you know stats, it's probably from what the hills. Yeah, that's where I thought. Half a meal to grill. Oh yeah, I remember getting glasses out of cereal boxes, and you get dishes sometimes out of soap boxes. Yep. I remember going to the grocery store and your cereal. Your mom would say, "Do not dump that cereal out to get that toy." What's the next thing when she went looking? We get a big bowl, pour the cereal out, bite over the toy. But then we put the cereal back. Yep. It was kind of funny. Then sometimes we get to the prize and it was junk. But I remember the glasses coming out of the things. We had some when I was growing up. And yes, S&H green stamps. Yes, those were the big thing. Who remembers jelly glasses? You'd eat the jelly and then the glass would turn into your glass to drink out of because they had beautiful patterns on them. Now today, some people still drink out of jelly glasses or candy jars. But those were the days when you got things like that. He's Levi Garnet. Never heard of that one. My allergies, or I got a stopped up from the airplane. My ear popped, but it opened up in Florida. But then I felt like a sore throat, kind of in Florida, and now my right ear semi stopped up, and I still got a runny nose. And I think it's something in Florida. I don't know. Could have been my daughter's house too. Well, they had problems last year when the hurricane came. They had to redo their kitchen, their living room floor. It flooded. And they have some issues with their house. They need both of one of their bathroom works, one don't. But they both need a little help with their bathrooms. Hi, Maddox. Yeah. It could be that their house has too much. I don't know if it's got mold or not. Welcome back, Edith. Yeah, we have a lot of Kroger, Publix, Aldi's, and Lidl's and Ingles in our area. Yeah, Yeah, I got a haircut before I went to Florida. And my brother told me last night, "You got a haircut?" And I said, "When you picked me up to take me to Florida, I had a haircut." But I think all this is just allergies. I caught something in Florida, or the plane didn't do right. And the plane I come home on yesterday, the air conditioning was out till they got the engines going. The auxiliary part was out, and it got hot in that plane. So anyway, anybody want to come up on panel? You're welcome to. I know some of y'all can't because you got grandchildren at the house, or busy working, or you just popped in to get a drink of water. You know, but I'm glad people are keeping me in their prayers. I put my sponsorship out already. I put it out on Saturday or Friday. Let's see, I got down there on Thursday. I think I put it out Friday. I don't know if the company saw it yet. I sent it to them. All right, bye, Chester. So I put that video out already, but I wasn't sure how to get the video to them. It really doesn't tell you that. When you do this, you have to take a picture of your phone, of the barcode or whatever it's called, the code thing, and you do it all on your phone. Well, it doesn't really tell you where to send it to them. So I finally called them, and they weren't giving me the right place. And I finally found it myself after looking about 30 minutes online, found it where I send it, their affiliation program. So I'm just waiting back with them. Either way, I got to close and made a video. Because I don't think they're going to ask for the money back. Edith, we don't care. At least I don't care. We're all here to help each other and bring each other good vibes, good thoughts. Doesn't matter if you're bald headed or head full of hair or half plucked out. I know it's from cancer, but we don't care. No. I was gonna fix me some uh turkey. I got turkey ground beef out. So I'm just gonna make a turkey, burger with it. But I was gonna take it and put cheese and cream. You put cream cheese and your cheese of your choice with it, and make a dip with it. But I'm out of cream cheese, so I just said I'll just make a burger with it again. So I'll probably go to the store on Wednesday. I like going the day they start over at my grocery stores. That way you've got first choice of everything, and the sale items are still there. So that's what I'm going to do. Probably Wednesday, go to the store. My neighbor and I go sometimes together, but I like it when I sometimes go by myself. If I want to spend an hour looking on the non-food aisle, I can spend an hour doing what I want to do because we're not in a hurry. But it's like, are you coming? You know. But so I love looking. I like the dresses they have out there now, but they're so long I would step on them, and I don't heel. One of the pair of pants I bought from Temu, I cut the bottom off because it had another hem to it, and I cut it off, but it showed the inside a little bit hem. But I didn't care. Who's gonna look at the bottom of my feet? I'm not stepping on them anymore. But anyway, I had to turn on my air today. I got so hot this morning. I think some of it was cause of my sinuses. Yep. Enjoy your time here. You never know when it's gonna be over. I saw a video where a lady was talking about grieving. She said, this is 100% true, that 100% of your friends are going to eventually die. So, yeah. So, anyway, I've been on an hour and 40 minutes almost. I'll probably go for 2 hours and I'll get off unless someone else wants to talk about something or bring up another subject. Because I believe God put all these friends in my life for a reason. Use your phone if it don't work. Yeah, I want to see that town hall meeting. Well, you got to let Jeremy put his out first, but that's going to be interesting. It's kind of interesting how the water meter thing he had put on his made his water go back to normal price. I said, was the town may not have enough common sense or have anyone that knows water to put those check valves on. There's the link if anybody wants to come up and say something. I'm gonna probably have karaoke on my channel again this week. Just don't know when. Who is Shannon? Is that Flippin' Adventure's husband? You want to say hello to everybody? Hold on. Say hi, everybody. Can you see him? Say, I got to go to mommy's bed this morning. So mommy's got to get her a new blanket because I made a hole and got my head stuck in it. And I didn't know. I kept calling her to come to breakfast. Then I looked at one of the patterns on it has a like a ribbon, not ribbon, but anyway, a long thing. And it had come undone and she got her head to it somehow or another. I don't know how, but I got her out, thank God. I broke it. I was going to do karaoke at Jeremy's with the line. Excuse me, the list got long and I heard better people than me. Hi, James. So, yep. But y'all can do exclamation point in your channel name, your exclamation point link. And that will bring up your channel. Spread it around, you know. Yeah. Man, also my mods that are in here can put out anybody's if they want. But I like watching the stats YouTube there show things around Florida. It looks like that big tunnel y'all went through going up to New York a couple of weeks ago. Reminds me of the tunnel I went through going uh when I went used to go to Ohio to see my aunt. Might have been the same tunnel. The link's not working. I don't know why. I'll try it again. I might have to go and look at this channel. All right, I subscribe to your Big Time Fun Daily, and I put on all notifications. Ooh, I like that picture with the blue guy, the alien blue guy. I can't think of what Avatar. I like that. That was one of my favorite. Well, one of the movies I liked. My favorite movie was Grease. That was the first movie me and my husband saw together. And then we liked Star Wars, Star Trek. He was a Trekkie. Now I'm not a Disney. I'm not Disney. I'm not a rider of all these big rides. But I would love to be close enough to go to any of the parks and do YouTube. Yeah. I've always loved the beach area. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Yeah. But I know a YouTuber, his name is Chad Allen. His mother lives in Georgia. She was a YouTuber. I don't know if she's still alive or not. She got cancer. And she made a video about a year ago, a little over, about the progress of her cancer. And it wasn't good. But I haven't heard. But anyway, Chad Allen, he lives up in Philadelphia, I think. Pennsylvania, up north. Let's see, where's the town he lives in? Georgia. Anyway, he had an annual pass, and he would fly down 3 or 4 times a year to go to Disney. Yep, I would do it. I'd take once a month, twice a month, and go to Disney or Universal or Epcot if I live down that way. Now they say the food is expensive, but if you're just gonna go to make a video and you go enough times and you ride that one ride or one attraction thing you like, you don't have to eat in the park. Or you take your cooler and eat in the car. Go back and eat in the car and then go back into the park. They used to give food passes where it was pretty cheap, but they don't do that anymore. So yeah. Now we have Six Flags over Georgia close to us. And we would take and buy their big cup and you could get free refills with it. And so once we bought that cup, my daughter took it every time we went. It snapped onto her belt loop. And she didn't have to pay. I don't know if Disney has one of those things or not. If you buy their souvenir cup, you can refill it. Because back in the 80s when we went, it was like $6 or $7 for that cup, but you got all the free refills you want. Hey, cruising scene. I don't go to Six Flags. My neighbor used to work there, but she kept telling me I'll get you in on a pass, but we never did. But I can see lots of opportunities for YouTube, and if you're in a good area, like like the rivers and creeks and things that are, where the manatees are, the parks. Yeah, while we were at the what the hell, I didn't actually meet a lot of people, but I did. I don't remember some of them's names. I just remember seeing what 400 people. Yeah. So, but anyway, I guess I gotta get my dog outside soon. She's staring at me like, "Are we going outside?" But going to that, what the hell? Excuse me, party. Best thing I ever done in a long time. And I know Jeremy being down there is helping a lot of people. Next time I'm staying at the Days Inn. The Quality Inn sucked. You left an hour early. You left too early. My phone went out about an hour before the party was over. I would have liked to gotten there sooner and stayed later. My neighbor who took me, we got pulled in right at 11 o'clock, and the line was out down the road and around. Yeah, I missed the Guapo party. We had people from the party in our hotel, but nobody did anything. Nobody went around the. We didn't have a hot tub at our pool at our hotel. We had a pool, but nobody was in it because it was cold as freaking. Only met them at breakfast at the breakfast room. But the next party we go to, I want to know where the party house is going to be. Today's it was special. But who invited you? Because I didn't. When he had his on his page put up, everybody talking back and forth. That was kind of chaotic. Oh, y'all were the one that told Guapo to come to the Daisy, yeah. But if anyone is having a party again, it needs to be a better way of communication because I think it broke down a lot in his channel. Yeah, we did find him at Bubba Q's on Friday and Thursday. We got there on Thursday. The ice cream parlor. What ice cream parlor? I missed that one too. You know, Jeremy's friends who cut the trees. They got their 4,000 watch hours in less than a month and enough viewers. How lucky were they? I said it's all in who you know and how your attitude is. Yeah, he came. They also went to Cedar Keys that day too, I think. Or he left, or Rob left him in Cedar Keys or something. I don't know how he got home. I saw that too on their channel talking about it. And then he had broken up with his girlfriend for the how many times, you know? Right. And then Rob's invisible wife, they decided they needed to keep the kids in the school and, didn't come down. Yeah, Chapo's sweet, but we don't know behind the scenes of why they broke up. That's like we don't know why Jeremy and George broke up for that 2 or 3 months they were separated. And I know they had, did all the wedding stuff, gonna get married, but who says they have to be married? They're married in the eyes of God. Because I noticed she don't even wear her engagement ring anymore. Maybe because of the kind of work they do. But it's been fun today. I needed this 2 hours. Yeah. You never know why God puts someone in your life for a little bit. You know, you date them for a while, or if they come into your life because they think they can get popular. Like the person who moved close to Jeremy, just because they moved there. Jeremy dropped them like a hot potato soup. So, but God puts people in your life. Yeah, I'm glad your husband took a shining too. When he said he was a Native American, and my husband was part Native American, I said, they may not be blood related, but they're soul related. So yep. Now I need to figure out a few more videos to do around Douglasville, but I don't like driving very far for a halfway decent part to video in. So, but it's been wonderful, and I'm glad people are here helping me out. Watch my playlist if you hadn't, even though I got my 4,000. Keep watching it. That will get me more and more noticed on YouTube. Thank you. That's so sweet. That's nice. I don't know if y'all heard, but my sister-in-law did give in and go sign the papers. I just gave my lawyer the information about her address. He's on vacation, but his assistant said if she had time this week, she would get it out. If not, she'd have to wait till Joe got back. She was more or less upset that we didn't tell her my husband had dementia. Plus, she does want something I have in the house, but I can't find it. So it's just a vase that was his great grandmother's, and where it's at, I don't know. I hope she follows through. I've got it. If not, I've got it all on tape. She doesn't know it. She don't watch my videos, so she won't hear this. While she was talking to me, I put her on speaker and I taped it all on OBS. So, yep. Not so that way I can have proof if something goes wrong. Or just to go back and listen to it when my head's not so out of sorts. But I did offer her an old Aunt Jemima cookie jar. She said, I didn't want that cookie jar. But it's cracked on the inside anyway. And it's not worth anything because it's cracked. It's a McCoy antique Aunt Jemima cookie jar, but it's so cracked it's going to fall apart that when I pick it up, I'm afraid it'll fall apart. I might find it in the mood, but I might find it in some of the stuff she gave us when our mother-in-law broke up housekeeping. She kept the best stuff. Gave my brother-in-law all the ashtrays, and they burned up, melted in the house fire. And we got a box of stuff, but 90% of it, or 80% of it, was cracked and broke. Yeah, I need to get off too. It's almost 5 o'clock. Get me some dinner started. Excuse me for the coughing and all today. But y'all have a blessed day. Thanks for coming. I'll be on again tonight, probably. If any of my friends go live, I'll hop on their thing. Or you'll see me another day. And I'll be watching for those town hall videos from the people. I need more emails from or IPs from some of the other people that were there that had some videos. All right. Bye now. Y'all have a blessed day. We'll see y'all on the next one. I know my friends have my back. Whether I build a new house, used house, or whatever house. All right, bye.